How are you doing, sports card fans, wrestling collectors? This is Tom from CollectAWrestlePalooza. What can I say? I'm ripping wax. I love wax. I love ripping wax. It's not really wax. It's more foil packs here. We've got the 1991 Merlin WWF with the All-American Python Power Hogan on the front. The chase in that is the Undertaker rookie. We've got the 1989/1990 Classic WWF Ultimate Warrior rookie chase. And then I have this Texaco Star Team, which I have no idea what that's all about. We're going to rip that too as a bonus. Let's get to it. Let's have some fun. Let's rip some wax.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
But before we get going here, I want to talk about the status of wrestling cards and the wrestling card hobby. There's one indicator that I do not feel good about, and it is the amount of social media content in relation to wrestling cards. I don't see it out there anymore. Guys, it's up to us. We've got to define this hobby. We've got to get excited. We've got to keep posting stuff. We have to keep eyeballs on these amazing collectibles or we're going to lose some steam. I still think it's okay because wrestling cards are amazing. There aren't that many that were produced, so I think that enough people are going to join the market that they're going to stay desirable because of the low pop counts for years to come. But given that wrestling cards were really hot for a while, and one of the big reasons was because everyone was posting social media content. It was the sexy new thing to collect, and I don't see that happening as much anymore. I'm going to carry this flag. I'm collecting for the right reasons. I think I'm collecting for the right reasons, and I'm going to keep going with this. So if you want to come along for the ride, please be sure to like and subscribe on this channel. There are links to all that stuff in the video notes. I want to also convey to you that opening up wrestling cards and opening up packs, you should do it for fun. And the reason I'm saying that is when you get too into this hobby as an investment, that's when you get out if it's not working. And I've been tempted to get out a few times where I'm like, man, look at how much money I've spent. I'm not selling anything in my eBay store. I should get out. No, that's the wrong thinking. The best thing to do is to say to yourself, I'm not going to buy 1 cent more than if I lost everything, I would still be okay. Because the second you cross that line, it becomes something different. And then if it stops working, you're going to panic, you're going to get out of the hobby, and you're going to lose that part of your life that you love. So that's my advice for today. Even though there isn't much content out there, just stay at it, stay to it, have fun, keep doing it for the right reasons. Speaking of which, we've got 3 packs to open. Let's have some fun and do that. I'm going to start right off with this 1991 Merlin because it's right in the front. Now, if you go into the archives of this channel, you're going to find that I opened a number of these packs back when, and I found 4 Undertaker rookies in something like 3 packs. So I don't know if the collation was such that this set of packs is going to have a lot of Undertaker rookies. I held a few of them back thinking I might sell them, but I've decided to open another one today. So let's see what we got. If I remember correctly, these were a little hard to open, so I might actually tear it off camera and then come right back on. Yeah, I kind of had to destroy the pack in order to get into it, but this is actually not too bad. This one did tear a lot easier than the other ones have. It's sort of a paper foil. Ooh, that actually came apart like that. I don't think these were searched because the other ones had all the hits in them, but that's definitely a red flag right there that the entire side of the pack came undone. But let's see what I got. That one is kind of stuck. It's like a Sergeant Slaughter, kind of stuck to the top. Is that the only one? There. All right, so starting off hot with Sergeant Slaughter, controversial gimmick there when he was with, I forget who the other guys were on his stable, but they were sympathizers during the war. WWF stepped in it. It was actually somewhat brilliant in some ways because wrestling is about pushing the boundaries, and this definitely did push the boundaries when you had your All-American hero siding with the other side. Sergeant Slaughter, really interesting time in his career. Underrated wrestler and tag team, the Powers of Pain. We got the Warlord here. If you want to talk about behemoths and people just epitomizing that era, the steroid era of the WWF, look no further than Warlord. Look at those tights. They got barbed wire lightning bolts on them. Man, that guy's amazing. Do you remember, too, he had that black mask and that big silver scepter that he used to carry around and shoot lightning bolts out of? Powers of Pain Warlord. Another Sergeant Slaughter here. This is American flag raising. That's a good looking card. That's more of his Americana. Hey, here's my first real hit. Macho Man Randy Savage. Centering is a little bit off top to bottom, but not too bad. That one might be gradable. Greg the Hammer Valentine, WWF Hall of Famer. So underrated as a superstar. Greg the Hammer Valentine, part of the Dream Team, held the tag team titles. Famously had that t-shirt that says, "I broke Wahoo's leg" when he was feuding with Wahoo McDaniels. This is an old-timer back from the good old days of wrestling, back when they used to tell a story in the ring. I miss that. Jake the Snake Roberts, another guy who's gone through so many stages in his career, from being a heel to being a face to being a born again, a religious person. And anyone that can carry all of those torches equally well is, in my book, a Hall of Famer. So I'm sure Jake the Snake is part of the Hall of Fame, and deservedly so. I mean, his fans hated him at one point, they loved him at the next. He was captivating, really good with the mic. And at the end of the day, that's what these guys are. They're performers, they're actors. So this is almost like a headshot for Jake the Snake Roberts, you know? And their ability to tell the story in the ring, but also on the mic, is equally important. Think of guys like Ted DiBiase and, you know, Jake the Snake, Hockey Top Man, people that weren't the biggest, you know, superstars. In other words, they did not fit the steroid era physique, but they were still able to captivate fans because they could tell a good story. Speaking of which, IRS, another great ring technician. This one's beaten up, Mr. Perfect. Does have some wrinkling in the bottom, but good card. So, best hit in that one, definitely the Macho Man. But man, I forgot how many cards there are in that pack. This has only 8 cards, it says. I feel like I got more than 8. Let me count. No, it was 8. All right, moving on to the next pack. Maybe because I was having so much fun, I thought the cards kept coming. Now, the key to this is if we look at the back of this on the pack, it says 1989 Game Time. It says that right here. 1989 Game Time. Now, some of these are actually 1989 Game Time cards. I have plenty of videos in the archives on the channel if you want to go back and see the history of classic WWF, why some of them say 1989, some of them say 1990, but you can't tell from the pack what's inside. At one point, I had a back and forth with a number of people on Twitter/X and Instagram and some social media sites about if you can figure out what's inside, and you really can't. If you want to start that dialogue again, feel free to leave some comments and have some fun, but at the end of the day, you don't know if it's going to say 89 or 90 on the inside, but we're hoping it says 89, because if the cards say 89, they're so much more rare, and then that's the actual Ultimate Warrior rookie. The 1990 Ultimate Warrior rookie would be a year after the 89. So let's open it up and see what we got. So immediately, when I look at the back of this card, I can see in the lower corner it does say copyright 1990, Titan Sports 1990 Classic Games. So it is not the 1989 ones that I want, but that's okay. We still are going to be looking for the Ultimate Warrior rookie. First card, Miss Elizabeth, that's Logo Contest. I've always wanted to see what you get if you sent in all of the logos, because it does say here, collect all 10 logo cards and win a free WWF wall poster. I feel like I've seen that wall poster somewhere. If anyone has a picture of it or a link, certainly leave it in the comments, but I think that's rarer than the cards themselves would be the poster. That's a Shawn Michaels rookie, arguably, so that's actually a really nice centered 1990 Shawn Michaels rookie. I'll leave it up there. That's a good card. Well, didn't stand up too well. Let me try again. There. We got the Bushwhackers, one of my least favorite tag teams. CollectAWrestlePalooza trivia. Don't like the Bushwhackers. Sheep Herders, they're okay. When they came over and became a gimmick, I didn't like it. The Genius, Leapin' Lanny Poffo, another trivia here. What did he use to throw out into the crowd? Anyone remember? Frisbees. They had his poems on them. You could buy Leapin' Lanny Poffo as the Genius Frisbees. He used to read a poem before every match. One half of the Hart Foundation, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Almost looks like a Wonderama card, just the photograph on it, right? We have Brother Love, another underrated gimmick. People hated Brother Love. If you're newer to wrestling and you've never gone back and looked at some of these classic Golden Age gimmicks, check out Brother Love. He was a televangelist. Used to want your money, but he loved you. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Ding ding, Ultimate Warrior rookie. Pretty good pack here. That's pretty well centered. Pack fresh. Another Jake the Snake. Good looking card there. Red Rooster. Oh, and my favorite part of the classic cards is Jobbers got cards. Barry Horowitz got a card. I love it. I always wonder if this was a favor that Vince did to some of the jobbers that were around for a while so they could get royalties from the card sales. But I love that. I'd love to grade a Barry Horowitz and have a Gem Mint 10 Barry Horowitz. How cool would that be? Hulkster, that's another good card. Hulk Rules, another good card. Macho, wow, this is a great pack. Macho Madness, good card. And Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart. I would say for a classic WWF pack, that's definitely an A. Didn't get the portrait Ultimate Warrior, but got a number of really good cards, and they look pretty sharp there. Now, as a bonus, I have no idea what this is. Someone sent this to me as filler in an order, so I'm guessing there's nothing special about it, but it looks like some racing cards. I'm going to judge them by mustaches, hoping that there are some drivers with nice-looking mustaches. Okay, so this pack was almost impossible to open, but I think I finally got it there in the corner. I actually bit it with my teeth. And we have here, let's see if they're cars. Are they portraits? This is, ooh, they are portraits. Victory. Point. There's a nice mustache. Look at that one. Fist raised, mustachio. We've got Texaco Star Team. I'm sure there's a bunch of mustaches there, but you can't really see them. Wow, wow, wow. No mustache. And no mustache. So, got one mustache card. Thank you all for joining. Have a great week. Be good to each other. Be sure to have fun. That's what it's all about. Enjoy the hobby. Good things are coming for wrestling cards. I can feel it in my bones. We'll see you again soon.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
Excuse me, sir. I've got this pack fresh Barry Horowitz. You want to trade it for a Gretzky or a Jordan or a LeBron?